What's up guys, Tommy with Studio Sense coming at you with a table full of lightning. And yes, a table full of lightning, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bad Boy Dazzling Garden, the new limited edition by Carolina Herrera. She does it pretty much every holiday. We've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas coming up. And if you're thinking about getting a gift for one of your family members or yourself, Dazzling Garden may just be the thing to make your day. But is it a brand new take on that bad boy DNA, or is it the typical same old in a fresh suit? We're going to talk about that and more coming up, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone to my very first impressions of a brand new fragrance called Bad Boy Dazzling Garden. Now Carolina Herrera likes to use these exciting phrases like passion or passion, if you like the tilde or whatever it's called, and dazzling. And that's what we're talking about today is Dazzling Garden, a brand new fragrance release. It's actually been out for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, couple months, depending upon where you are. But I just now got my hands on it. In typical fashion, because we are talking about a limited edition, which means it's usually just a new look, a new bottle with the same DNA. So we are going to take a closer look at the bottle and that presentation. So let's roll that presentation B-roll. The box itself is a combination of black, gold, and purple. Bad Boy Carolina Herrera, New York is on the front, Dazzling Garden below that. It is an eau de toilette concentration, 100 ml bottle. You're so pretty. The sides of the box have no information. The back of the box has no information. We do get a ton of information on the bottom, including ingredients, the Carolina Herrera website, can only be sold by yada yada, and some recycling information as well as a batch code. On the top of the box is the CH logo. On the inside of the box is where the dazzling and the excitement comes from. It's that new lightning bolt bottle in a combination of black, gold, and purple. It's really hard to tell a few things about this bottle, whether it's featuring a gradient or not, whether it's see-through or not, but the answer to both of those questions is a big PH-18 no. It is not either one of those things, but it doesn't really need it. If you've seen the Bad Boy bottle before, you have seen this presentation. It's just a new color. That's it. That's all. It's just purple. Everything is exactly the same. The stand is still the same gold that the original Bad Boy came on, and you've got just the purple bottle. So that's it for the presentation, guys. I'm just going to show you this bottle here. I mean, we could go on about, oh, the color purple and, you know, what colors in the spectrum make up the color purple and whatever else associated with the color purple. But if you don't like purple, you don't probably need to watch this unless you just like my channel, which thanks for watching. If you do love the color purple, then you are watching this for that reason, and you may be considering pulling the trigger on this for that reason. Do it. You won't be disappointed. So is this a fresh new take on the Bad Boy DNA? No, don't get excited. There are enough flankers out there for you to be excited about, notably Cobalt. It's probably my favorite so far. Bad Boy Le Parfum is a notable version if you like the smell of hemp, because it's pretty hemp heavy. But this is just purportedly the same DNA in a fresh take of the presentation, and that's it. I'm going to still spray it in the air and on my skin and give you guys my take on it to see if it smells the same or if it smells slightly different, but pretty much that's kind of where we're going for. If you don't know much about Bad Boy, let's talk about the notes that are in this fragrance. Very similar to how Burberry Hero is known as the 3 kind of cedars fragrance, this is the 3 kind of peppers. It's a very peppery, effusive fragrance. And so the 3 types of peppers that you're probably familiar with are white pepper, black pepper, pink pepper. Those are all in the open of the fragrance. So it's very peppery, spicy open. A little bit of bergamot to add that fruit, that what we're used to in the open of men's fragrance. Bergamot is in everything, so there's a little bit of Italian bergamot there. Grapefruit paired with bergamot adds a fruity contrast to the pepper in the open. Then we go into a heart of clary sage and vetiver. Clary sage and vetiver add even more spice, a bit of dry green that is needed to balance out these heavy-hitting notes. And then in the base, it adds the structure that makes this fragrance well known, and that is cacao, the raw powdery form of cocoa, and tonka bean, which is sweet, dark, and rich and delicious. And there you have it. That makes up the entirety of the Bad Boy DNA. So Bad Boy Dazzling Garden, exactly the same, at least on paper. Let's go ahead and try out. I don't even have a litmus strip because I like this fragrance so much. I'm just gonna spray my arm with it. Okay, this is the first time, obviously, that I've sprayed this, so let's go ahead and prime the pump. Usually takes about 3 sprays. There we go. Wow, okay. This is very much the Bad Boy that you're used to. So what I like to do, I had to get up and get Bad Boy. I haven't sprayed the OG Bad Boy in a while, so. All right, we've got 3 sprays on each arm. This one is the original Bad Boy, and then Bad Boy Dazzling Garden. Okay, so I struggle to find a difference. They are very in tune with one another. However, there is a bit of a slight difference. Maybe what I'm actually smelling is just the difference in batch, right? This one is a lot fresher, obviously, because it's newer. This one by now is a year or more old. Yeah, okay, you know what? There is an odd sort of grapishness, which is interesting because, you know, one could call purple a grape kind of color, like a deep blue. What I'm getting out of the original Bad Boy here is just a bunch of pepper with a little bit of cocoa, like a chocolatey powder in the base with that tonka bean cocoa combination, or cacao combination. This, however, is a bit more fruity, and it feels like it's a bit more sage heavy. Again, what I'm probably smelling is just the difference in batch and in freshness, because that can make a difference in fragrance. Overall, you know, you're really just splitting hairs at this point, comparing the two, because they pretty much are the same. I do like the bit more spicy, little bit more sagey, grapish kind of vibe that Dazzling Garden seems to be carrying, and so I like that. I think that's a bonus. Of course, fragrances are subjective. I don't know if your experience is going to be the same as mine, but I can tell you I do really like the version. Overall, the tonal quality is great. If you're a fan of Bad Boy at all, you'll really enjoy Dazzling Garden's kind of fresher take on the DNA, and specifically the beautiful flacken that it's in. Lightning never looked so good, and it's going to look great sitting on the shelf and reflecting light along with the other colors. I've already talked about the performance of Bad Boy. It's a good 6 to 7 hour fragrance. I anticipate Dazzling Garden being pretty much the same. In terms of best utilized, I think it's a great signature scent fragrance, but also a great date night fragrance. It's got that modern cologne, relevant, trendy style, overall aroma, tonal quality that women like in men's fragrance, so definitely date night is a plus. I wouldn't recommend buying this limited edition at a retail store because you're going to pay upwards of 120 bucks. I think that's what a 100 ml bottle is at Macy's right now. You can do that if you want to, but if you want to save money, get it from a discounter. So definitely get any limited edition, with the exception of Sauvage Elixir and Baccarat, from a discounter because you're going to pay a lot less. Like most limited editions, they do a limited run, and depending upon the response, they'll come back later and do more. So if you don't grab one up now and they seem to be gone, don't freak out because they will be back. They'll produce more and you'll be able to get one at a less than the retail cost. Well guys, that's it for my first impressions and my take on this new limited edition by Carolina Herrera, Bad Boy Dazzling Garden. If you are a lover of Bad Boy, if you like the fragrance at all, you're gonna wanna own this. If you aren't a collector and just like the color purple, probably a good reason to grab it up as well. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. As always, thank you so much for your continued support here on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video review.